Hello, and welcome back for more Fallout 3, where you join me and Liberty here outside of Ashur's office inside of Haven. Last time, we explored most of Uptown. We found an abandoned apartment building full of trogs, and then wandered the streets slash scaffolding of Uptown and a little bit of downtown, meeting the raiders and checking out the sights. And yeah, then we came up here where we intend to complete the DLC today. Yay! Yeah, this is probably my favorite part of Fallout 3. I don't know, I find it to be a really interesting quest, and it's just one on in the back of my brain for years since the first time I played it as to just what the best way to resolve it is. I absolutely adore it. It's great. So, yeah, we'll do a quick recap of the events that brought us here. In the Capital Wasteland, there was a radio signal, a distress signal from a man named Werner, who recruited us to come here and free his people, the residents of the pit, who are being kept as slaves by the Lord of the Pit, Ashur, in the room over there. And, yeah, they're all being kept in check by a group of raiders under his employ and forced to work in a steel yard, picking up ingots and fabricating them into things, all while being attacked by degenerative humans called frogs, a result of the sickness infecting the area. Which is the other part of the reason we sent here. We're supposed to find a cure that supposedly Ashur's been developing. So, yeah, here we are, outside of Ashur's office, having fought our way through the arena to gain an audience, and I guess we're supposed to be big damn heroes or something. Yeah, without further ado, I guess let's go in and meet the man and get this show on the road. Yeah, let's go. Thank you.
I've got it covered.
Oh,
I'll be with you right after I maintain some order and dispense a little justice.
And I suppose you'll follow that up by raising the dead.
No, but I may heal the infirm later in the week. Time permitting, of course.
Sir, we've had sightings of Werner back in the city, and there's been an increase in chatter between slaves.
Workers.
What?
We call them workers. Helps with morale. Reminds them that they might earn their freedom someday.
Whatever we call them, they've been gathering makeshift weapons.
All right, all right. Put your guards on alert. Tell them to be on the lookout for anyone loitering too long downtown. And keep a watch on Medea at all times. Anything big happens, it's bound to go through her. Now, I've got a very important meeting with our new friend. So if anything big comes up, you use the intercom.
Yes, sir.
Okay, break's over.
Mr. Ashur, sir.
Nice work in the hole, new blood. Knew you couldn't be one of our normal workers. So that begs the question, who are you? And what are you doing in my city?
Oh, let's see. How about it's complicated? Let's just say I'm new in town and looking for work.
I understand. We've all got a past. And damn few of us have reason to be proud of it. That's all behind you now. In the pit, you'll be part of a growing army, a thriving industry, and maybe even witness to a cure for radiation. But we aren't perfect, and sometimes the past comes back to haunt us. Tell me, do you know a man named Werner?
Werner, do we? Well, wait, can you tell me more about what you're doing in the pit?
Ever since the city was scourged, we've done what everyone does. Whatever's necessary to survive. I know my city seems barbaric to you, but it's the only way we can carve out a home in this hellhole, and it's kept these people alive. But that's enough stalling for time. So do you know Werner?
I don't know if I like our chances on the speech checks. So, yeah, we'll take the straight answer. Yes, I do. He's the one who brought me here.
I appreciate your honesty. It's a rare virtue in this age. Werner was my lieutenant until he betrayed me and escaped justice. And if I know him, he brought you here to steal something very dear to the city. Do you intend to follow through with his plan? Feel free to be honest. Please, don't be intimidated by the turret behind you.
Yeah, okay. No, don't be intimidated by the turret. Sure. See, he made an offer. Said it would free the slaves, or I have no idea. We can keep playing straight, I guess. He said your discovery will free the slaves and cure them. How could I say no?
Easy enough. You could say no because he lied to you. My discovery is a miracle, but it isn't the type that sets slaves free. Now, it would do a lot more good if you were to...
Lord Ashur, the slaves are rioting, and someone's armed them. We need you out here, and fast.
Damn it, I'm on my way. I suggest you forget Werner's offer and consider mine. Stop Werner, and you'll have a bright future in the pit. Don't disappoint me, new blood.
Right, so now we have a choice to make. We can help Warner, or we can help Ashur by stopping Warner. We still have to find the cure, so look around and let's we find Ashur's room here. See if he has anything. A bobby pin for a shade. Turret terminal. We don't need to mess with that. And an average safe. There it is. And we lose a bit of karma for it, but it's well worth it. At least if you want to find out what's going on in the pit. We have a bunch of diaries, some mentats, and 2 stealth boys. Take it all, and let's listen to some lore. So, Diary 1 to Marie.
Test 1, 2. Looks like this thing is on. Marie, if you're there, this is your father speaking. Ishmael Ashur, sometimes called Lord of the Pit. Now, I hope you're hearing this 10 years from now. Sitting on my knees safe and sound. Right about now, I bet I'm looking pretty silly. But things don't always work out the way we'd like. There are a lot of risks, including what your mother would do if she heard me talking like this. And I'm not about to risk leaving you alone without knowing where you came from. These tapes are for you, so you can know who your father really was.
All right, well, I want to know who her father really was. Let's listen to Diary 2, The Scourge.
Marie, the first thing you need to know is that I wasn't always the Lord of the Pit. Long before I was a king, I was a scholar and a soldier. In fact, I was in the Brotherhood of Steel. You've probably heard about them, but you may not have heard what we did to the city. The Scourge. When we came here, the pit was just a breeding ground for trogs, cannibals, and worse. Commander had us torch the place and take what we could. The pit had useful technology, but it was suicide to stay here. So when an explosion left me buried in the mill, my brothers were sure I was dead. I don't blame them for leaving. I probably would have. We thought nothing could live in the pit. We were wrong.
So Ashur was part of the Brotherhood mission that brought Elder Lions eastward. Let's listen to number 3 here. The Mill.
Marie, you know those fights in the mill's arena? Well, its first fight was when I woke up to someone pulling me out from a pile of rubble. At first, I thought it was my brothers pulling me to safety. Instead, it was a scavenger trying to steal my armor. She didn't get it, but but I learned she had a whole family of scavengers. They'd make raids into the city for gear from the mill, and that gave me an idea. This was the only working steel mill we'd ever seen. In a world of leftovers, it was a chance to build again, and that was worth any price. The scavengers saw me as a god, so along with my Brotherhood know-how, it was easy to set up the basics. We started to build a city.
Right. And 4. A cure.
As word of a new settlement got out, the city started growing and fast. When raiders attacked, I'd kill the leader and recruit the rest. I had to. The city's disease meant we couldn't have children, so recruiting was the only way to grow. And as we grew, the mill needed more workers. And yes, that meant recruiting workers by force. I'm not proud of it, but it's the only way to keep the city supplied and armed. But it was always a temporary solution, until our best scientists found a way to cure the city's epidemic. Sandra and I worked on it day and night. And after one particularly late night of work, we were blessed with the cure. It's the cure inside you, Marie. Even now, we're doing everything we can to figure out how to share your gift with the city, while keeping you safe, of course. So by the time you're old enough to hear this, you'll already be a hero. Congratulations, Marie. You've already saved us all. I knew you would.
Alright, so there we have Ashur's diaries. And we kind of find the crux of the dilemma here. Warner wants us to kidnap baby Marie, aka the cure.
Hello?
Hello. I guess we can have a word with Sandra here. Ashur's wife, Marie's mother.
Oh, I wasn't expecting Ashur to let you into the lab. I'm Sandra, and if I know my husband, he's already made you an offer to join us, right? So you're here to see our little miracle, aren't you? This is my daughter Marie. She can be a handful, but my little angel is going to save the city.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, I've got a bad feeling this isn't just bring your daughter to work day.
Don't be silly. It's the best of both worlds. As a mother, I love that I can spend all day with my daughter. And as a scientist, it's great to work on something that will benefit the city.
Okay, and we can use our science skill. Wait, you mean she has a natural and transferable immunity of some sort?
Well, this is a nice surprise. Apparently you and Ashur are the only other people who know anything about science in this place. Yes, it seems that our daughter was born with a naturally acquired immunity to any form of mutation. It's nothing short of a miracle, honestly. I'm still trying to figure out why, but she may just hold the key to stopping the Pitt's Trog problem. Hell, maybe other types of mutations too.
And, aren't you worried about hurting Marie?
Oh no, these tests are perfectly safe. In fact, between the crib and her uncanny health, she's probably the safest child in the world. Ashur and I would never risk her health. And if that means it takes longer to develop a full cure, then, well, everyone else can wait.
Alright, well, we can take Marie or, side with them. So, well, if there's anything I can do to help, just let me know.
You're a dear, but things are well in hand here. If you really want to help, you should probably go deal with whatever had Ashur rushing off in such a hurry. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to take care of one last test before Marie's nap time.
Right, and here. Let's look at her research computer too. We'll make our decision. So, baby monitor. Baby status, healthy and well. Well, that's good. And some Trog studies. Troglodyte degeneration contagion. Research by Dr. Sandra Kindanika. An epidemic of the environs around the pit, which I have named troglodytic degeneration contagion, or simply TDC, appears to be the result of intensely concentrated radiation, but the unique toxins and pollutants in the pit cause it to be far more pervasive. Anyone living in TDC active areas experience skin lesions after a few weeks of exposure, which can clear up after a month or more away from infected areas. For many healthy adults, this is the full extent of the effect. TDC also seems to interact with brain chemistry in a manner that produces a number of psychological effects, even if the subject remains physically healthy. I'll need to recover more information about psychosis before attempting to enumerate those effects. Approximately 20% of adults will progress further, losing higher reasoning and motor skills over the course of years until they have degenerated into a bestial trog. No subjects have ever been recovered from full degeneration, although wishful rumors persist of Trog retaining memories and recognizing the faces of loved ones. More tragic, however, is the fact that children born in TDC active areas have a virtually 100% degeneration rate, often becoming feral within weeks of birth. That's why Ashur said they can't have children in the pit. So, your research. Your development progress. Observational tests on isolated samples suggest the subject has a natural adaptive immunity to the so-called Trog mutation. Furthermore, it appears that this immunity carries on to other forms of radiation-induced diseases, from radiation sickness to larger mutations such as the all-too-common development of a sixth toe. Attempts to isolate these effects have been slow-going, due in part to the delicate nature of testing. Prospects exist for duplication, but the unique and delicate nature of the subject requires utmost care in testing. Alright, the choice we make here kind of dictates the outcome of the DLC. And we could steal the baby as per Warner's request and return it to Medea, and they could try to work out the cure. Or, even Ashur admits it's not the right way to go about things, but he's got, a plan. Things are pretty well set up. Sandra seems really nice, and I have to say that they're more likely in better hands here with them than they would be with Warner and Medea in the slave pits outside. So, yeah. So, I am going to trust Ashur and Sandra here and say, screw Warner, and we'll take their ammo to do that. But yeah, screw Warner. His plan sucks. Yeah, let's get out of here and back to Medea. Let's take the central path here.
Mind yourself in Lord Ashur's home.
We'll help ourselves to this water fountain on the way past. We're there.
Don't give me that holier-than-thou look.
Just drinking some water, man. Chill. All right, outside. Oh, well, okay. Lower levels, then outside. Out to the front door and up, down. And Chip, we walk out front into chaos. The slave revolt is in progress. Raiders and slaves are fighting. And we'll grab some more auto axes. They're going to be lying all over the place. And our plan is to just get out of here. We're just going to run for it.
Keep walking, pal.
One interesting thing about this quest that I like is that there's like no karma. There's no judgment as to which route you choose, whether you take the baby or leave it behind. So I want to find the door to uptown rather than running back through the mill, so bear with. Thinking it might be faster, we'll see. But yeah, now there is a little bit of karma here. Like for example, now that we haven't stolen the baby and we're kind of allied with the raiders still, we will lose karma if we engage or take out any of the slaves. But that's alright. We don't have to do that. Now, had we taken the baby, every raider in the pit would be after us right now. And it would be a very violent and exciting path out of here. Now, the slaves aren't too happy that we've betrayed Werner.
Glad
Gotta
that's
patch some auto axes. Yeah, the slaves aren't too happy, but the raiders are more than equipped to take them down, so we can just run through easily. Can I have my Pip-Boy, please? There we go. There it goes. Took a second. Weapons, Mauler. The Mauler. Patch. Alright, those things are pretty heavy. So, door to downtown. Yeah, we'll just take this staircase down to the street level.
Open fire! Die, grinder! Blood and steel.
This side. Here's Medea. Alright, we gotta talk, Medea.
So, I suppose you signed on with Ashur and his kind, did you? Huh, you're not the first to win their freedom and forget where they came from.
Let's see. Did you know the cure is actually a baby?
Of course I knew, you dolt. I also know it's the only chance we had of finding a cure and ransoming our freedom. If they ever find a cure, do you think they'll share it with us? Of course not. Why waste medicine on people you'll just work to death anyway?
Well, your right isn't going to change anything, except getting the slaves killed.
They'd rather die for freedom than die working for the raiders.
Well, if you want to live, you'll tell me where Werner is hiding.
Fine. If it'll get you out of the way, go check under the blast furnace in the steel yard. Look for a rooftop door in the southwest. It's got a blue light, you can't miss it. But Werner will put you in your place.
Alright, well, I'm through talking with you.
Watch your back out there.
Now we have to go stop Werner. We have a note added. Notes. Werner's note to Medea. M. Secured a site for the bundle. Have it sent to the shack below the blast furnace and steel yard. Door will be cleared when the fighting starts and marked with a bright blue light to keep out trogs. Ashur and his family will get what's coming to them. W. Alright, Werner. Well, we know where you are now. So we have to go back into the steel yard. And door with the blue light. I think it's that staircase by where Wild Bill's body was. Those last two ingots. No, where? Alright, we have to find our way back to the mill. Yeah, we're supposed to go the other way. Yeah. Yeah, this way, right? The mill. There we go. Follow the signs. Hey, where'd everybody go? It's awful quiet out here now. Yeah. Those guys are still working. Good for them. Oh no, Mr. Zen's dead. Dan. Alright, now we gotta run through the mill where, yeah, all these slaves are going to try to attack us. Oh, beat it, scrubs. I have power armor, you have rags.
Don't let them keep us down!
Right. Hi, Everett. How's it going? And let's go get Werner. Let's run over the back of the truck in a straight line there. Okay. Parkour. Oh. Alright. That's upstairs. Thought it was that door. Hi, Wild Bill. Bye, Wild Bill.
Thought you could hide, huh?
No. Go away.
This is over!
This one behind that little wild man camp. Warner, we have to talk.
Ah, you finally made it. I've got everything ready, and there are plenty of tests to run, so hurry up and put the... Wait, where's the cure? Did you lose it? Where is that little bastard?
Well, you never told me it meant kidnapping.
Oh, boo fucking who? You don't think bringing those bastards down is worth getting your hands dirty? No, I guess you're okay with torturing, slaving scum like that, just so long as you don't have to make a decision, huh?
Well, we have the Black Widow perk. That could help. Or we get violent. We'll try the Black Widow line. Warner, how about saving us both a lot of trouble and leaving quietly?
Oh, I see how it is. You signed on with Ashur, and now you're gonna stand by your man. Maybe trying to catch his eye and be his queen? Well, good luck with that, starfucker. I'm sure the two of you will kill each other eventually, even without my help. You, him, and this whole town can burn for all I care. I'm gone.
All right, well, see ya. And something comes lying around here, but yeah, if this is where you were going to keep Marie and do your research and everything, yeah. Why are you still here? Do you have anything interesting? No computer terminal? Or no, just some drugs and alcohol? Yeah, because you're scum. Alright, bye, Warner.
Hey!
Oh, go away. Not that I don't want to lose the karma, I just don't care to waste the time taking out a scruffy little slave. Alright, so Warner's out of the way. We have to go back to Ashur and Haven and square this matter up once and for all. Get off the scenery. Slave's still chasing us. Yeah, here we are. Back. Abandoned area. Hey. Go away. Stop. Seriously, if you know what's best for you, just leave me alone. Yes, Warner let you down. He let us all down. Guys, through the gate over here. We'll be back in Uptown. There we go. Now we got the Raiders back. Yay. Alright, back in Uptown. Just run through the street straight over to Haven. Over here.
Hey, if it isn't quick draw.
Oh, almost fell into the pit. That might not be a... Okay. That doesn't go down, it just falls into a puddle.
You ain't so good, are you?
And one more jog up another flight of stairs. We will get there.
Awfully twitchy, ain't you?
Looking for some food.
Alright, Ashur.
I knew I could trust you, and I wasn't disappointed. Werner's been stopped. The workers are returning to their rightful place. The Pitt has a bright future ahead of it, and so do you.
What do you mean by the city's future?
Now that Marie's back, we have a chance at curing the disease that's been ravaging the Pit since the bombs. Without it killing our kids, we can grow like a real city. No more bringing in slaves. No more forced labor. Things can get better. It's taken me a lot of work to rebuild this city. With your help, it's finally going to have a chance.
And what's going to become of the workers?
Right now, nothing. Until we can reproduce a treatment from Marie, they'll have to keep working. Otherwise, this city falls apart. But once we do have a cure, things will be different. We won't need to kidnap people for our city. We'll be able to grow naturally. Until then, this is the way it has to be. It's just what has to be done.
Okay, so how about my reward?
You've kept the city in one piece and put a stop to Werner's plans. Yeah, I guess you've earned one. As a full citizen of the Pit, you'll have full access to the ammo press in the mill. It's how I keep my soldiers well armed. So make good use of it. And I think Sandra's made some progress with the cure. So here's a little something to help with radiation.
Oh, we get another perk. Medical research from the Pit has improved your life. Just try not to think of what it may have cost others. Okay. So, what do I do now?
That's up to you. We'll keep working on the cure and keep the city running. You're free to come and go as you like. Of course, you can help out at the mill by collecting metal from the steel yard. It helped lighten the load on the workers. And if you want to work on Sandra's good side, you can always bring her toys for Marie. It's a little thing, but it'd make a difference.
Do you ever miss the Brotherhood of Steel?
Not in the slightest. During the Scourge, we looted the Pit and left the rest of it to rot. I was just a dumb convert who got stuck here afterwards. See, beneath it all, the Brotherhood's just lazy. It's easier to loot a dying city than to work to bring it back to life. So that's what they did. They're so obsessed with the technology of the past, they don't care what needs to be done for today and tomorrow. It takes real hard work to rebuild and run a city. But there isn't a machine to do it for them, so the Brotherhood isn't interested. Good riddance.
You must not have spent much time around Elder Lions. You know, there's this faction group, the Outcast. They kind of describe the Brotherhood you're referring to. But, yeah, no, I kind of... He's got a point, a plan, training, knowledge. I think the Pit will be okay. And, how's Marie doing?
My little Marie is the very picture of health. And eventually, she'll make it possible for a new generation of healthy babies in the Pit. You know, I always wanted to make the Pit a strong city. But that was because I wanted to make my mark on the world. But when Marie was born, that changed. Now she's my reason to make the Pit succeed. Because she's depending on it. It's just something a parent has to do for their child. You understand?
Okay, well, I have to go now.
You're always welcome in the Pit.
Thank you, Mr. Ashur. And, yeah, his actual power armor's a little better than our tribal power armor. It's fine. We'll play pretend. And a word with Sandra before we go.
What?
Let's see, how's Marie?
My little angel is just the healthiest baby in the world. She just couldn't be doing better. Wish I could say the same about the research for a cure, but that can't be rushed now, can it? Honestly, it'd help us all if she got some new toys to play with. The happier she is, the easier it is for me to do research.
Would it help if I brought toys for Marie?
Oh, you'd be such a lifesaver. A happy Marie means I can get some sleep once in a while. She seems to really enjoy teddy bears. She just can't seem to get enough of them. Bring as many as you can, and I'll make sure you're well paid for the effort.
All right, well, teddy bear delivery for Marie. Here you go.
Thanks. And Marie says thanks too.
And yeah, we get, 30 caps per teddy bear? Not too bad. We have to go now.
Oh, you take care out there.
We will. Okay, and there we go. That's the end of the pit, at least following this path. And we got on the other route and stolen Marie. We get outside a haven here. Ashur and Sandra both attack us to try to get her back. Then we fight all the raiders in between here and Medea. And probably all the raiders between Medea and Werner, where he has us go through the power station, disable the lights to uptown to let a bunch of trogs in. It's a mess. This is the quicker, easier way through, I suppose, but I also think it's the preferable one. Really, a nice little subversion of expectations or something coming in here. Now we get to find our way back out of the pit.
If you're so damn smart, how'd you end up here, huh?
Really wish I knew. Anyway, yeah, little known fact about the pit here, or easily overlooked one, is that it does have a world map to it. So instead of taking the long jog all the way back through the city, through the pit train tunnel, we can just fast travel to the train yard. Yay. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, like, my first or maybe even second time coming through here, and then it's like, oh, you can just fast travel all the way back instead of jogging back across the bridge and everything. Yay. And, Ashur did give us access to the ammo press inside of the steel mill. Might come back and play with that between parts. It's a little funky to use. You can turn scrap metal into ammo, or ammo into scrap metal, and then into other ammos. So we could load up on 44 ammo if we wanted, but we're pretty good on ammo as it is. So probably won't even bother with that. Let's take the handcart back to the Capital Wasteland. This tunnel leads to a complicated network of tunnels and old highways that return to the Capital Wasteland. Let's go. Here we are, back in the Capital Wasteland, away from the smoky oranges and reds of the pit, and back to the drab gray greens of the DC area. Yeah, well, next time, well, we'll go back and sort out some inventory. And then we'll probably head on to the almost final bit of DLC, Point Lookout. It's really hard to include Broken Steel as DLC when it's really like the epilogue to the base game. So, yeah, we'll go change up some inventory and make our way in that direction next time. Farewell, Pittsburgh. I do so enjoy that DLC. It's a lot of fun. So, yeah, so until next time, thank you all for watching, and goodbye.